back chatting again, and today I think I'm going to talk to you about specialist foster carers and partnerships. I hope from watching a previous video you understand how exactly HS236 and qualifying carer leave works, and that is fine for a lot of carers. But what I wanted to focus on today is the specialist carer and enhanced expenses. So what do I mean by a specialist carer? If Pat rocked up to your agency as a starter foster carer, not experienced at all, I would be paid a certain rate a week by the agency. You may be watching this and you are more highly trained, you're a skills level carer, or you are looking after 2 children and being paid more per week for child A than child B in recognition of the special needs of that child. If you are that foster carer, if you do your standard HS236 calculation, your profit from fostering is always going to be higher than mine, because week in, week out, you're being paid more than I am. Now, the government recognise that that's inequitable, so they say that where you are a specialist carer, you can claim additional costs in addition to the round sum allowances that we've talked about, and those are expenditure which is exceptional by nature or degree arising from the special needs of your child. And what I say to people is, if they stand the child that they are looking after in their head next to a child of the same age with no specific medical, emotional, physical needs, and say to yourself, what costs am I incurring in my fostering life that I wouldn't be incurring were it not for my child's special needs, those are the costs that you should be claiming. So mileage is a big thing. Once you have established that you are that specialist carer, every time you put your child in the car to take them to school, contact a medical appointment, special activity, that is a business mile. And you can calculate the cost of that mileage at 45 pence a mile for the first 10,000 and 25 pence a mile for anything over, and add that to your round sum costs, reducing your profit. And then we get on to things such as, are you looking after a child who is 5 and still in nappies, so you have problems with bedwetting, soiling, the washing machine's on 24/7. Does your child have special dietary requirements? There's all manner and means of expenses that you may and will be incurring if you are a specialist foster carer, and all those costs can be used to reduce your tax liability. The only exception to that is if you are looking after a child who is in receipt of DLA, because if your child is in receipt of DLA, you have to keep a record of how you're spending that DLA, and you cannot put those costs then against your fostering profit, otherwise you'd be double counting. So just be careful if you are in receipt of DLA. But we are experts at guiding foster carers through the minefield of enhanced expenses and specialist expenses. So if you're listening to me and you've been paying a lot of tax from your fostering year in, year out, and no one has ever talked to you about enhanced expenses, it could well be that you are a specialist foster carer and we can get tax back for you. We've got 25 grand back for one gentleman, 15 back for another, and 13 back for another, because they were blatantly specialist carers and they didn't know. So please give us a call if you think we might be able to help you. Many thanks for listening.